Hello, this is Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this robin card. Okay, let's put together this robin 3D hello card. I have designed several of these like Polaroid frame style cards, and I think they're a lot of fun to make. And I thought this would be really sweet for spring. So, as you can see, I'm not really organized here, but I'm going to get organized. So, I kind of like to dry fit stuff before I start gluing. And with these cards, I kind of like to work from back to front of the card. So, that's what I'm going to do here today. So, I'm going to just move these over to the side and start on this back layer with the clouds. This is my maiden voyage of using this, what is it called? Precision Glue Press by My Sweet Petunia. If you are a stamper, you're probably familiar with them. They make the Misty stamping platform, which I have a couple of. I don't stamp as much as I used to, but it sure makes a difference. And this glue press was recommended to me by a fellow die cut silhouette user. So I thought I would give it a try. So this is the first time I've used it, and it's supposed to not clog that fine tip. So we'll see. The glue that I'm using is this Nuvo glue. I have used this glue before and I do like it. I have been using the Barely Arts. If you watched any of my videos, I've talked about Barely Arts. You get another empty glue bottle, which has a little bit thicker tip. And so I put my Barely Arts in this. Okay, so enough about the glue. So what I like to do is get this layer, and I like to bring up the sides. It just kind of shimmies that into place. And then you have this cloud. I don't show you exactly where to put it, so you can kind of, you have to line up that edge, but just use your own discretion there. And I'm going to get that down. Like that. Okay, back layer done. Now we're going to move on to the middle layer, which is the layer that has the most pieces. And like I said about dry fitting, I'm just going to dry fit real quick here. That goes there. And then the bird body. And then you have this piece of the bird claws and the bird breast. And then you have these pieces. Oh, tell me I'm not missing a piece. Because I have the head. We've got the beak. And the head there. And then the flowers. This group goes on the front. Okay, I'm going to continue just to dry fit and hopefully find, oh, I already found it, my missing piece. So then you have got a lot of layers for his little head there. All right, we'll just keep rolling. And then you've got the yellow and the light pink, and then the darker pink's going to go there. and then you have the dark pink, and you have the yellow center, and then you have this leaf, and then the claw. Okay. All right. I am going to point out that my branch, I'm at the point where I need to buy some new mats. They're not that sticky, so I'm using painter's tape, and sometimes it won't cut through the painter's tape and cardstock, and I thought, so then I just had to carefully cut that part out, and I didn't do a very good job. So yours won't do that. It will perfectly match up, but you know what? I should just stop and recut this piece, but you know what? We're just going to go with it. And I might just have to cut off, I'll just have to cut off some of that white. But yours won't do that. I try not to get stuff where the painter's tape is going to be, but I did not do a good job. And most times I can just, you know, cut around that little piece and it's fine. But that did not happen to me today. Okay, so branches down. And now I'm going to get his body in place. If you love birds, I have several bird cards. This is actually my second robin card. Just happen to have the other one here. There's a video on this, and this is in my store. A little bit bigger robin. Okay, I'm going to, well, I'm going to get this on first. Yes, that's how it goes. Where are my tweezers? There they are. Love using these little, just make sure I've got it going the right way. And I do. Love these little tweezers when doing little delicate pieces. I'll just try to get that down. I'm not doing that great of a job. This little wing part should match up, and the claws should match up. Okay, now I'm going to get the breast piece down, and that will just follow that line there. Press that down. I'm going to glue his little head together, I think before I get it on there. It might be easier. Either way would be fine. Oh, now I'm putting glue on the bottom layer, so I guess I am doing it this way. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's the orange. And then we're going to do the black, which has just that little bit of cutout to create the beak. Get that all lined up. And it's hard when I'm filming because I can't get totally over it to see if I have it lined up, but that looks pretty good. And then our last like charcoal layer creates the eye. If you have a white gel pen, you could put like a little white dot in the eye just to give them some life. I think that would be nice. I think it's fine, you know, the way it is. But yeah, if you like to do little details like that, if you're a card maker, you probably have one. So this little claw, and I said this on when I did the bigger one, this is totally optional. I think it looks totally fine like this. But if you like the details with the shading of his legs and his claw, then go ahead and add this little piece. Boy, did not do a great job. All right, we got it. So either way, I think it looks nice like this. I think it looks nice the other way. If you're not someone who just loves to fiddle with stuff, then certainly just leave it off. So this yellow is going to go down first. And these little, supposed to be like a cherry blossom. I have a beautiful tree right outside my window blooming right now. It's as I'm filming this, it is mid-April. It's so pretty right now. We did it. We made it through another winter. All right. I'll get that. You know, I actually, do I want this one down first? No, I can't remember. Gotta look at my photo here that I have next to me. Yes, this one goes down first. I was correct. Okay. But the leaf should go down, should have gone down before both of these. Oh my Lord. Yes, do the leaf first. You're probably watching me saying that you forgot to do the leaf. I'm just gonna try to wiggle that in there. And that's just gonna have to be how that goes. Not exactly how I designed it, but you know, mistakes are usually fixable, at least in terms of paper crafting. Okay, add this way, just like that. Okay. All right, now that middle layer is done, and I am going to, because this is really bothering me that I messed this up, I'm just going to cut this so you won't even know. Well, you know, because you're watching this video, but there. Voila. Okay, middle layer done. Now the front layer, and then we will put this card together. So I am going to make sure I've got this leaf going the correct way, and I do. Get some glue down. I think I'm liking this glue gun situation so far. So far, so good. And then just make sure I've got this guy lined up, and I do. A bit of glue. And this center. Get that in the center. Perfect. And then I cut the sentiment out of removable black vinyl. I think that is definitely the easiest. I did also cut it out of cardstock, and it did cut, but I just think these little letters, that would be a real pain to do this out of cardstock. You could leave the sentiment off. You could do a different sentiment. If you are a stamper, you could stamp a different sentiment, or you could just handwrite a sentiment. I think that would be lovely. So this hello is just gonna line up just like that, and get that down. Try to get this off without taking up any of the cardstock. Okay, success. I like to reuse my transfer tape a couple times, so I'll do that. So now I'm back with my background layer. I've already folded the flaps in. Now I'm going to fold the little flaps in so they're like that on both sides, like so. Then I'm going to take my middle layer. I'm going to take the left flap and fold it forward like that, and I'm going to take the right and I'm going to fold it to the back. So you can see that. And now I'm going to put glue along this flap. And I'm going to line it up on this seam, this fold line here. And I'm also going to pay attention to the bottom of the card. So that looks pretty good. And now on this side, get glue. And this side, I just like to get this folded flat and lined up. And then I just like to fold this over and hold that there. And then pop that up. All right. And then the front of the card is just going to glue onto these little flaps here. And this can be a little finicky, but it's not that difficult. Just want to get it lined up as best you can. And hold that for a couple seconds. And then do the same on this other side. Okay, and there we go. Your 3D Polaroid style Robin Hello card is done. It folds flat for mailing, will fit into a A7 size envelope, and if you're going to mail it, your recipient receives it, then they can just easily display it. I think this just makes just a lovely little gift. You can write your note on the back here. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I sure do appreciate any likes or follows here on YouTube. And if you purchase this from me, thank you so much for supporting my art. If you're interested in purchasing it, all the links are in the notes for this video, as well as in my profile. Have a great day. Bye.